In this video, we're going to talk about how you can use the Collide library to make something happen when we hover. So we're starting out to think about, maybe, if it wants to load. Many programs become reactive when you hover over an object. What do you think it means to hover? So you can see my mouse is hovering over the ellipse, the stroke weight is getting thicker, and the color is getting darker. Similarly, if you go to YouTube and you hover over a video, of course, none of my examples are working today. You'll see the video starts playing, just a little bit. If you hover over a video, it will start playing. Okay, so we're going to figure out how we can make things hoverable. So in this class, we are actually learning JavaScript. P5 is a library that we use in conjunction with the JavaScript language. We're about to talk about another library that we can use with JavaScript, which is the Collide library. Collide library allows you to make something happen when two things collide, like the mouse and a shape like a rectangle. A collision is when they hit each other or on top of each other. For example, when your mouse goes over an ellipse, that is a collision between a point and an ellipse. Your mouse is the point and the ellipse is the shape. So in this situation, the mouse is the point and here we have an ellipse. So we're going to start by looking at some documentation. Now, I'm going to have you do this with me because we're going to be doing some copying and pasting. What I just want to show you is whenever you are trying to Google something and you're watching one of these videos, what you can do is I have this little video here. And let's go to what you're going to do is you're going to press this little button down here that looks like a box with a box. And what that does is it allows you to see it over on the side. So now I can come to my new tab and I can try and do whatever it is that I'm doing in this video. So I'm going to have you Google, I would like you to Google Collide P5. And the website you're going to want is the top one. So this has a lot of information on it, and I'm not going to ask you to find all of it, but I want you to scroll down, and you're going to scroll until you see documentation table of contents. And it should have a lot of things like collide point point, collide point circle, collide point ellipse, collide point rect. We're going to click collide point rect for now. What this does is it shows you how you can use it and then gives an example. So we're going to use this today. I would like you to go ahead and open up this link, tinyurl.com/se2 lesson 204. Now this is a great time to remind you that you should pause this video, rewind this video, do whatever you need so you get this information. Remember, we can put the video in kind of picture format. So you can open this up and you can put the video there so you can code along at the exact same time. Okay, so there's a lot of shapes and a lot of fills. We're going to do this code along together. Make rect 4 change color if the mouse is on it and change it back when the mouse is off it. Since we are going to be changing color for rect 4, we need to make a variable. So I'm going to come to the top of my video, or the top of my editor. Remember, you should be doing this with me. And I'm going to put my mouse next to the f of function on line 1, and I'm going to press enter. I'm going to write var, and I'm going to make a variable name. I'm going to declare my variable. I'm going to call it rect4call. Now I'm going to add a little note that says, this is me declaring variable to hold the rect4 color. Then in my setup, I'm going to come below Create Canvas. I like to use HSV color mode. It's your choice. And I'm going to start my rect4 call as the color black. And right now, it's not appearing as black because even though I declared and I initialized, I still need to use it. So I'm going to scroll all the way down to my rect4. And inside of the fill, I'm going to get rid of the 255 and I'm going to write rect4 call. And now you can see it's black. So make rect4 change if the mouse is on it and change back if the mouse is off it. So I'm just going to set up a conditional because we know this is happening if something happens. Okay, and we're going to use that fancy documentation we found. So what I like to do is I like to highlight the information it has, and I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to go on top of my conditional and add a comment and paste. I like to do this so I know exactly what I'm trying to get done and what they're suggesting to me. Collide, point, rect are words we're going to have to write. The point X and point Y, go comment. Okay, ignore that little bit. I'm going to add a comment. So we have a point, and when they're talking about the point, we mean our mouse. So that's going to be mouse X and mouse Y. And then we have our rect, which is an X, Y, width, and height. And that's our information from the rect4 up here. So it's going to be 365, 50, 110, 110. And I'm getting that directly from the rect4. So what we're going to do is inside of our parentheses, we're going to write collide, point, rect, because that's what I see here. Please note that the P and the R are capitalized. Then after the word rect, I'm going to add another set of parentheses, and I'm going to write what they have. So they say that we need a points X and a points Y, and we meant our mouse X. So I'm going to do mouse X, comma, mouse Y, comma. And then they want the X, the Y, the width, and the height of the rectangle. So I'm going to get what we have for our rect. 365, 50, 110, 110. And I'm going to start with a console.log on rect4. So right now, if I take my mouse and I come over to rect4, you can see it says on rect4, but if I come off, it stops. If you're getting an error, please make sure that you have typed collide point rect correctly and you have outer parentheses and inner parentheses and you have curly brackets. I'm now going to take my rect4 call and I'm going to set it equal to a new color. I think I'm going to choose purple. So if I press run and I come and I hit it, it becomes purple. I could also make an else statement and say that I want rect4 call to maybe become a lighter purple. And you can see when I'm on it, it changes. Okay, I would love for you to pause this video for a second, and I would love for you to try to make rect1 change color, rect2 change color, rect3 change color, and so on. When you are done with that, I'm going to come and I'm going to do one ellipse with you. Okay. Pause, try it on your own. Okay, so if you are watching this video again, it means you're ready for the ellipses. And I'm just going to set up my if parentheses, curly brackets. You would need to come up with a variable for the ellipse, but I'm going to walk you through how we can get the ellipse to work. So I'm going to come back to my documentation, and if you scroll up, you can see that the one right on top is collide point ellipse. And I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to do what I did last time, and I'm going to add a comment. So they have a point, or the point for collide point ellipse is the mouse, which means mouse X and mouse Y. And then they have an ellipse, which means we need an X, a Y, a width, and a height, which if I go find ellipse number 1, for me, that's these. 75, 230, 120, and 120. So inside these parentheses, I'm going to try collide point ellipse, mouse X, comma, mouse Y, because the point, and we said our point is our mouse. And now I'm going to give the information 75, 230, 120, and 120. And I'm going to console.log on ellipse 1. So now, if I go ahead,